So they give you a script, so I'm going to try to stick to it as best I can, but I just want to thank Zach and Brandon and our Halpern friends for being here and being such a big support of this event, for the Chamber, our council, for supporting the Chamber for this state of the city. Now, when I was asked, they said you have one assignment for tonight, and that is to introduce the person's name who's on your checks, and that is Mayor Norton, so I will do my best. Derek Norton grew up in Cobb County and is a graduate of Sprayberry High School. After graduating from the University of Georgia, Derek went on to work as a congressional staffer at Washington, D.C. as a legislative aide, where he spent 6 years working to help Georgians in Cobb County across the state. Derek was first elected mayor of the city of Smyrna in 2019. He previously served 4 years as Ward 1 representative on the Smyrna City Council and was re-elected as mayor at the end of 2023 for 4 more years. He has served on several local boards and committees in the city, including the board of directors for Keep Smyrna Beautiful and Smyrna Business Association, the executive committee for the Smyrna Vision Initiative, the board of trustees for Smyrna First United Methodist, the board of trustees for St. Benedict Episcopal School, and served 3 terms as president of his Neighborhood Homeowners Association, which I've been told was the most challenging of his assignments. Derek and his wife Laura founded Support Smyrna, a local nonprofit that helps children, families, veterans, seniors, and others in need in the Smyrna community. They have 2 children who are with them today, Samantha and Jack. Please join me as we welcome our mayor, Derek Norton.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for the kind introduction, Brian, and I really appreciate the great crowd we have tonight. I want to thank all of you for taking time out of your schedules to be here and to watch online. As in past years, in an effort to reach as many citizens as possible, we're live streaming tonight, and I'll have a recording available on our website and all of our social media platforms. Before I get started with my State of the City address tonight, I have a special recognition to make. Each year we name a Citizen of the Year in Smyrna, and we're going to honor this year's recipient in just a few minutes. Smyrna has the best people you'll find anywhere, and they are what makes this community so special. We're a city of neighbors who care for one another, leaders who step up to serve, and volunteers who give their time and talents to make this city stronger. It's that spirit of service and connection that truly sets Smyrna apart. Each year, the Smyrna Citizen of the Year Award honors someone who embodies those values, someone who goes above and beyond to make our city a better place to live, work, do business, and raise a family. This year's recipient is someone who not only excels professionally, but also pours their time, talent, and heart into serving others. She's given countless hours to organizations that strengthen our community, including Live Safe Resources, Cobb Community Foundation, the Cobb Chamber, Council for Quality Growth, Georgia Transportation Alliance, Kennesaw State University, the Strand Theater, and many others. She's been instrumental in launching initiatives that bring people together, creating spaces, programs, and opportunities that connect us and improve our quality of life. What truly sets her apart is her heart for service. She's a mentor, a collaborator, and a neighbor who genuinely cares about the community she calls home. She invests in Smyrna, and her leadership has left an imprint that will benefit families here for generations. She's been recognized across Georgia as a leader and visionary, but tonight, it's especially meaningful to recognize her right here in her hometown. On behalf of the city of Smyrna, it is my honor to present the 2025 Smyrna Citizen of the Year Award to Tracy Stife. Come on up.
When Dan gets really anxious, I know something's awry. And he was adamant that we came to network and be here at 5:20. And that is not like Dan. So, thanks, babes. Wow. Mayor, council, our sponsors who are like family to me, and so many friends who are in this room. I am stunned and humbled. This is home. I am a King Springs Springer. I grew up in Smyrna and am so proud to be here and live on Bank Street and a part of this community. There is no place like Smyrna, Georgia. And to be a member of Smyrna First United Methodist Church, my pastors and team are here. That's the church that built me and the community that raised me. And to do the work that I do in my role in the Town Center CID, and I see my team back there, and the organizations that I'm so honored to serve on at the Strand and others, Cobb County is a special place. And it takes all of us working together to keep it that way. And I'm so grateful to the mayor for everything that he's done, and I can't wait to hear about all the exciting things to come in our hometown. And I'm so excited for the future. And my mom, who many of you knew, her best friend's in the room, Christy Hyatt, one of the great realtors in town. This was my mom's home too. When the leaves are down, I can see her old condo from our front porch. And she loves Smyrna with her whole heart. And so I hope you do too. And I hope you enjoy today and tomorrow and what's to come. And thank you for letting me be a small part of it each and every day. So thank you.
Man, that was fun. Congratulations again to you. That award is well deserved, and I really appreciate your friendship and dedication. This event could not happen every year without the hard work of Jennifer Bennett and Christy Ullman, and I really don't know what I would do without y'all. Thank you so much for everything you did to put together what I think will be a successful evening, and please give them a round of applause. And thanks also to our Parks and Rec staff for this awesome setup and for our public safety personnel who are here keeping us safe tonight. Thank you. I want to take a moment. I know we had all the elected officials stand up, but I want to take a moment to recognize some of these distinguished guests who have joined us this evening. We have our city council members here tonight, Glenn Pickens from Ward 1, Latonia Hines from Ward 2, Travis Lindley, Ward 3, Susan Wilkinson, Ward 5. I forgot Susan last year, and I've heard about it every day since. Ricky Oglesby is here, Ward 7, and our Mayor Pro Tem, Tim Gould, with Ward 6. Y'all please stand and be recognized. They put a ton of time and effort into serving you each and every day. I want to mention Corky Welch could not be with us tonight. He had a death in the family, and I'd ask that you all keep he and his family in your prayers this evening and this week. We have other guests tonight. I saw State Representative Sheila Jones is here. We have Cobb School Board member Randy Scamahorn. Thank you for being here this evening. District Attorney Sonia Allen is here. We have State Court Clerk Tanisha Phillips. Thank you. Cobb Superior Court Judge Kelly Hill. I saw you come in. Hey, Kelly. We have former Cobb Commission Chairman and Attorney General Sam Olens is here. I saw Sam this evening. And we have former council member and state legislator for this area, Terry Anolowitz, is here this evening. And if there's anybody, I'm sure there's somebody I missed or didn't see come in. If there's any current or former elected officials or appointed officials that I did not recognize, please stand and be recognized now. Hey, Michelle. You can't, sorry, I missed you. Sorry, I missed you. Yes, school board member. School board member. None of this would be possible without our partners and sponsors, the Chamber of Commerce, Corey Engineering, Kaiser Permanente, and Halpern Enterprises. Thank you all very much. And you know, public service is a team sport. My parents and in-laws are here this evening. My dad is watching from Toddville, Iowa, and I couldn't do any of this without my wife, Laura, and my kids, Sam and Jack. I'd like all y'all to please stand and be recognized. A loud round of applause for Laura and Sam and Jack. I love y'all and appreciate y'all so much. It is truly a great time for Smyrna, Georgia. Our city is thriving and our future is so bright. I am honored to serve this community as your mayor and to work with each member of this devoted city council and our talented staff. We all strive every day to preserve our small town feel while continuing to create new opportunities to make our community even better for all those who live and do business here. And I think you all agree that this place, Smyrna, Georgia, is so special. Our people here pour their energy and spirit into this community. And whether you're at one of our parks cheering for your team, enjoying one of our many city events, contributing your time to a local nonprofit or other interest group, or just taking a stroll through the market village, you can just feel the energy here. You can feel the strong social connections across our diverse landscape and feel the sense of pride in our city for those lucky enough to call Smyrna, Georgia home. We've got a good thing going here in the Jonquil City, and we'll continue to work every day to build on our solid foundation for today and for our future. Tonight, I'm going to walk y'all through where we are with several city projects and programs, and also talk about some exciting opportunities that lie ahead of us. But first, I want to share some recognitions and stats that'll make you maybe puff your chest a bit as you go around to other communities. Early this year, out of the 20,000 or so cities nationwide, Smyrna was recognized by U.S. News and World Report as the 158th best city in which to live in the United States. And out of 537 cities in the state of Georgia, we were ranked 5th here in the state. Why? Because we have a strong community with abundant opportunities, great schools, robust programming, extensive recreational venues, shopping and dining options, great location and proximity to the Battery and to the airport, and a strong fiscal position. I am proud of this positive attention on Smyrna, and my guess is this is just the beginning. And about our city finances. This year, our budget is $112 million. This was the 18th consecutive year that we did not raise the millage rate in Smyrna. So all non-homesteaded properties do not get a tax increase in the city of Smyrna. We kept our AAA bond rating that we've had since 2012. How does this stack up? Only 6 cities in the entire state have a AAA bond rating out of 537. So why is this important? Because it enables us to have a level of financial flexibility to deliver city projects that citizens enjoy more cost effectively. And I can attest that this council and staff are excellent stewards of your taxpayer dollars. I want to give special recognition to our budget chairman, Travis Lindley, Mayor Pro Tem Tim Gould, and Councilman Corky Welch, who serve on the budget committee, and our finance director, Kristen Robinson, for their tireless efforts. You can give them. With all that we have going on in Smyrna, and there is a lot, they help make sure Smyrna continues to be a shining example of fiscal responsibility. I should mention also, before I get much farther, how lucky we are that my friend Mike Jones joined us as city administrator in June. This may be familiar to some of you, and for good reason. Mike previously held this role for a couple of years, about 10 years ago. Then he defected to the private sector, had a pretty good run, and we were able to lure him back. Mike's talents are many and his experience vast, both in government and construction engineering, which has already proven valuable to get his arms around and navigate our current projects and those we have in the pipeline. I look forward to what we can accomplish with Mike piloting the day-to-day operations here in Smyrna. All right, so let's talk about those city projects. The effort you've heard most about recently, and is the biggest undertaking in this city's history, is the expansion of our downtown to include the 9 acres where Smyrna First Baptist Church exists today. After almost 2 years of discussion and collaboration with Smyrna First Baptist, the city purchased the property late last year and began the process of public engagement that will ultimately determine what the addition to our downtown will look like. And if there was any question about how excited Smyrna residents are about this opportunity, that was answered with the incredible engagement and outpouring of ideas and input from our citizens. Under the leadership of Councilman Lindley and Economic Development Andrea Worthy, who's with us tonight, and I like to call her our secret weapon. She was with Smyrna, went to Sandy Springs, helped them build their downtown, and now we've got her back helping us expand ours. We've received more public input for this project than any other in the city's history. Nearly 5,000 people have participated in a variety of ways, and we've tried to make it easy through public engagement forums, booths at festivals, interviews, online comments, and other avenues. And this is exactly what we had hoped for. We want this new addition to our downtown to include the layout, mix of uses, and amenities that you want. And the initial concepts generated from your input are really exciting. All 3 preliminary concepts are anchored by what we're calling the Jonquil Mile, a pedestrian path that connects the older downtown areas with this new addition. The concepts include new public spaces, parking, housing, retail, restaurants, and a boutique hotel. And all of the renderings preserve the old stone chapel to be used as a public performing arts and events venue. As a reminder, Smyrna First Baptist Church will move less than a mile away from downtown Smyrna next to the Reed House on Atlanta Road, and will build a new facility there to be able to continue its mission for years to come. The church will remain in its current location while the new facility is constructed, with an estimated completion date early to mid-2027. MKSK is the firm we hired to shepherd us through the extensive public engagement phase of the downtown expansion, and they have done remarkable work. The next iteration of concept design will be available for you to comment on in November, with the goal of putting the final concept for the expansion out to the development community early next year. And I think Councilman Lindley said it best. We're not planning here for the next few years, but for the next 100 years or more. And I can't tell you how excited I am about this amazing new addition to our downtown, and also for Smyrna First Baptist Church as they reinvent their facilities and mission near our city center. While we're talking about the downtown, last year I told you we'd install a new bathroom near the library and splash pad and refresh the train park to a new and exciting play space for younger children. Since then, we've also added expansion of the splash pad to the scope of work, because y'all might have seen that the reflecting pool that we put in next to the splash pad, while well-intentioned, ended up being quite a problem because all the little kids wanted to swim in that thing. Anyway, we admit we're not perfect, and that has now been replaced with an extension of the splash pad with new jets that vary in height for all kids to enjoy. And we also think that parents will be able to enjoy watching their kids enjoy it now just a little bit more. That project will be complete by the end of this week, and the fencing will come down, and it'll look great just in time for the Smyrna birthday celebration this weekend. I think this little kid area complements the bigger kid playground across the green space well, and the bathrooms are a needed addition for all of those people who use that space. And for added pedestrian safety for the entire space, we now close King between Bank and Powder Springs Streets to vehicular traffic from Friday afternoon to Sunday night. And we also completed a new surface lot, probably some of you parked in it tonight, between the Second Baptist Church and the police station to increase parking capacity on this side of the downtown. And last, but certainly not least in the downtown, Stillfire Brewing began construction earlier this year, and as you might have seen coming in, has made significant progress with a targeted, long-awaited grand opening in early to mid-February. Citizens and businesses alike are extremely excited about Stillfire, which will include extensive programming much like it has at their Swanee location, food trucks, and a permanent taco stand. I'm certain it'll be a tremendous success and a fantastic addition. It'll draw more people to our downtown, which only helps the other staple businesses, as well as the new addition, including retail stores Jonquils, B-Dance, and L&L Hawaiian Barbecue. And if you haven't tried that delicious barbecue yet, go in and see Mike and Ruth. Tell them I sent you. Definitely put it on your list. Shifting away from the downtown, a little bit further down Concord to King Springs and Tolleson Park, let's talk about the new aquatic center for a minute. Last year, I detailed to you the structural problems with the almost 60-year-old Tolleson pool that were making the facility unsafe, and plans to rebuild a top-notch outdoor community pool that Smyrna residents and families will enjoy for many years to come. At the same time, I reported we were looking at building an indoor aquatics facility that would likely have been located at Atlanta Road and Windy Hill. In the end, similar indoor facilities like the one most recently built in Henry County cost over $53 million and came with an additional $1 million annually for maintenance and staffing. Smyrna is simply not equipped to handle that level of expense, and so the council wisely pivoted to allocate a portion of that money that would have been spent on that indoor facility to Tolleson to create a state-of-the-art outdoor aquatics facility there. Included in the design that was just put out to bid is an 8-lane competition pool, a little kid's splash area, a recreation pool with lazy river, and a water slide. The design has expansive locker rooms, expansive locker rooms, bathrooms, concession areas, and pool deck spaces. I think we made a good, fiscally responsible decision, and that the final product will be enjoyed by Smyrna families for years to come. That project will be complete by Memorial Day 2027. Mark my words. I also reported to you last year that another aquatics facility was in process, a splash pad at Riverline Park in the southern part of our city. We have been intentional about building infrastructure and amenities in all corners of our city, and I'm particularly excited about this one. Spearheaded by former Councilman Lewis Wheaton initially and continued by current Councilman Ricky Oglesby, the splash pad is well underway and will be complete in just a couple of months by the end of the year. I'm going to go now to 2 major transportation infrastructure projects, one now finally complete and one not yet under construction. Windy Hill has almost become profanity in Smyrna over the last several years and sure has caused a lot of it. And we've all suffered through this lengthy road construction project. I've called it many times the gift that just keeps on taking over the recent years. But now, tonight, I am thrilled to announce that the Windy Hill Road project is finally finished. Man, I've been waiting I don't know how many years to say that. If you haven't already, take a drive down South Cobb and Atlanta Road to see for yourself. After all the pain that we've endured, it really did turn out nice. So nice, in fact, that it was named the #1 road construction project in the entire state. I am not making this up. You can see the award up on the screen. Traffic now moves straight through that corridor from South Cobb Drive to Atlanta Road with local access roads on either side to support our local businesses located there. And we have several out parcels on the north side where we look to add green space and recreational uses in the future. The other major road infrastructure project is the South Cobb Drive refresh from Concord Road to Windy Hill. We allocated some SPLOST dollars to this project in 2022, and with a dedicated effort, it's been a lot of time spent on this. I'm pleased to say we now have secured $28 million towards this project. We still have a bit more to do on the funding, but with the help this year from our new Congresswoman Lucy McBath and from Congressman David Scott and Barry Loudermilk in past years, we are getting close to fully funding this project. As a refresher, the South Cobb Drive concept is based on a study of the corridor completed in 2017 and includes travel lanes and local access lanes, a mobility component, landscaped medians, additional traffic signals, pocket parks, and bicycle and pedestrian trails. The projected timeline is for citizen input to begin later next year into 27 for final design, and dirt scheduled to move sometime late this term or in 2028. This project involves state and federal transportation dollars, and whenever that's the case, there's not a whole lot we can do to accelerate the process through the bureaucracy that is the United States government. But we are slowly getting there, and we think this project will attract significant redevelopment interest to this main artery in our city and create a vibrant corridor for years to come. So let's talk now about a couple exciting opportunities that have come our way, one that found us and one that we went looking for. The first is the old Emory Adventist Hospital site on South Cobb Drive. All of you are familiar with that site. Last year, we were approached by brokers representing Emory who told us that they were selling the property and wanted to know what we would like to see at that location. And I wish more would do this, come get our input and tell us, rather than telling us what they think ought to go there. But after they got our input, that's exactly what they did. Went through their possible uses from their perspective, which was pretty much in a nutshell, dense multifamily with 600 or more units and a coffee shop. And Tim Gould and I were in that meeting, and we said, no thanks. And we thought we could do better. We couldn't imagine that Smyrna citizens would get excited about dense apartments and a coffee shop at that location, and started batting around ideas that were more recreation and amenity focused. And we decided that the only way to make sure we had a shot at creating something at that property that Smyrna residents would be proud of was to purchase the property and control it. So after getting buy-in from the entire city council, we bought the property and just actually closed on it a couple months ago. And over the past several months, we've had numerous conversations with potential partners, most of which have been national pickleball operators and sports and recreation-related interest. Our goal is to create a public-private deal with a partner who can deliver a space with pickleball that would include other uses like youth programming and instruction for things like baseball, soccer, tennis, and other sports, senior activities, possibly a hotel, and maybe even retail and restaurants. Discussions are ongoing with potential partners, and we are hopeful that we will be able to bring a mix of recreational and retail uses to that site that you will all enjoy. The other opportunity is in the heart of our city at Campbell Middle School, and I'm pleased that Board Member Scamahorn is here tonight. Countless residents use the fields and track behind the school every day for exercise or various games or practices. And if you've ever been over there on Friday for Friday Night Lights, you know what an awesome community event this is. This year with over 1,000 people there every week for flag football games. My daughter Sam plays soccer over there, and I've noticed over the past few years that the athletic facilities behind the school could use some attention and improvement. Yes, the grass has been cut and the grounds maintained, and I'm thankful to the Cobb County School District for that. I think we can all agree, though, that the track and stands show their age, and in fact, the stands were just condemned a few weeks ago and will be demolished this winter. The tennis courts, baseball field, and multi-use fields could use a little love. I was sitting in my camp chair on the sideline of one of the lower fields for one of Sam's games, and when the ball was kicked to the other side of the field, there was such a pronounced hump that not only could I not see the ball, I could only see the tops of the players' heads. And I thought to myself, I think we can do better than this. And maybe we can work with the school district to make it better. The property is the former Campbell High School, and it hasn't been controlled by the city. And because it's school district property, historically Smyrna has not been able to invest resources in any improvements there. So I called Superintendent Ragsdale and asked him to meet me out there, and he did. And we agreed this site has a ton of potential. The result of that meeting and subsequent discussions is we are close to signing a long-term shared use agreement that gives the city the ability to master plan improvements to the site and invest our resources to build a premier Smyrna recreation facility right there in the heart of the city. Initial preliminary high-level concept sketches, I want to stress that. Initial preliminary high-level concept sketches put together by our city staff, and thank you, Richard Garland, for your help, include exciting possibilities like a new 8-lane track with all track and field elements surrounding a multi-use field. I know Ricky Oglesby, that's music to your ears. 2 new baseball fields, tennis and pickleball courts, a walking trail with exercise stations, large multi-use fields, and an adaptive sports field and shaded playground with adaptive elements for those in our city with special needs. And that's something that I'm really excited about because we've needed that for a long time here in our city, and I think that'll be a great place for it. We would add a concession and bathroom areas new lighting and landscaping, and multiple shade pavilions across the property. The project would be paid for with a combination of general fund dollars and 2028 SPLOST funding, and I will ask for the council's approval before the end of the year to begin these improvements. I am thankful to Superintendent Ragsdale and to the Cobb County School District for having such a great working relationship with the city of Smyrna and for their partnership. Thank you. Parks and Recreation continue to be a focal point here in Smyrna. And as we plan for the 2028 SPLOST, you can expect a significant portion of those funds to be dedicated to city recreational purposes for young children, families, seniors, and everyone in between. All right, what else do I have to report on tonight? Zoya. I'm asked almost daily, when is Zoya going to open at the old Wade's and Ben's Crab location on Concord? And what's happening at the Ken's Corner Grill site and Old Attorney's Office? Old building, not old attorney, Scott. I hear that Zoya plans to open in the next month or two, and I'm excited to have this new Mediterranean restaurant option here. And earlier this month, the Urban Design Commission approved a plan for construction of a new credit union at the Ken's Corner Grill site. The site was originally approved for another use, but I'm told that became unfeasible, and the renderings for this new building look really good. And as much as we all love Ken's, we're glad that that empty building and space are being repurposed. Do all of y'all know how talented our youth is here in Smyrna? I don't know about y'all, but I continue to be extremely proud of all of our youth sports at all age levels. Our local athletes consistently represented the city well at the district and state level. Over the past year, we've had several individuals and teams reach district or state finals and have had state champions at soccer, gymnastics, track, swimming, and basketball. And I'm going to take a minute and highlight a team that I've been personally involved with. We should all be extremely proud of the 8U Blue Smyrna Little League All-Star Baseball team, who won their second consecutive state championship in June, and that's only been done once before in the city's history. You know what, I'm going to take a minute of personal privilege here and share a couple proud dad moments with y'all since my kids are here. Jack pitched a no-hit shutout at state this year in Warner Robins, and Sam won the gymnastics state championship for her competition level. And I know what y'all are thinking out there, and you're right. They got it all from their mother. I love y'all, and I'm super proud of you. And it's not just sports. We have so many kids here in Smyrna who excel at academics and other interests. Laura and I are extremely passionate about Smyrna students, and this spring we rolled out the red carpet again for the Mayor's Education Awards to honor and showcase talented students from each school in the city. And a side note to any teachers or school administrators out there listening tonight, one of my favorite things to do is visit students at local schools and read to them or tell them about their government or what I do as mayor. And I welcome any opportunity to do that. All you have to do is ask. Just call Christy at City Hall, and I'll be glad to visit anytime. And I want to mention another passion of mine and Laura's real quick, and that is Support Smyrna that was mentioned earlier. This is the hyper-local nonprofit that enables Smyrna residents to help the most vulnerable children, families, seniors, veterans, and others right here in our community. And get your calendars out and add Thursday, October 9th. Next week, we will host our second annual Southern Nights Gala at the Reed House in partnership with Smyrna Binding's Lifestyle Magazine, and you won't want to miss it. It was awesome last year. You can learn more about this effort or contribute to Support Smyrna on our Facebook page and our website at www.supportsmyrna.org. You know, I think in addition to all of the projects and opportunities we've talked about tonight, you'll all agree with me that Smyrna has the best community programming anywhere in the state. Our lineup of activities, festivals, programs, and music is unmatched, and we always make sure there is something for all ages and interests to enjoy. And I must say, we wouldn't be able to enjoy any of these things without the men and women who keep us safe every day. Let's give a loud round of applause to the best police and fire personnel anywhere. We began the year with our 4th annual Black Heritage Celebration, an event that keeps getting better and better every year. And followed that up with our first ever Juneteenth celebration in Smyrna. And special thanks to Councilman Oglesby for his tireless efforts organizing that event, which was a huge success. Our Racial Trust Building Initiative continued with our Breakfast Speaker Series, and we are currently reimagining this program in partnership with my friend and local rock star Bridges Holmes to connect more and more individuals, businesses, and civic groups. When we learn from each other, we are all better for it, and I look forward to what's ahead for this new and improved program next year and beyond. The Smyrna Artery is taking shape with public art editions that will continue around town from Belmont to Bronner. The annual Jonquil Festival returned in the spring and was enjoyed by huge crowds. We hosted excellent Memorial Day and Veterans Day ceremonies to honor those who have served our country. We've had another great season of movies, dances, arts, sports, specialty events, Food Truck Tuesdays, our weekly handmade market downtown. We had another outstanding garden tour put on by our fantastic volunteers at Keep Smyrna Beautiful. College football Saturdays downtown for the big games. A summer concert series that attracted the largest crowds we've ever seen. Crafts and Drafts was awesome again. Our 4th annual Hispanic Heritage Celebration continued the trend of engaging more and more residents and visitors. We held our 5th annual menorah lighting at Bronner, and school choruses and sang and Santa lit the tree at our Coming Home for the Holidays event in the heart of downtown in December. And this year we had a special visit to Smyrna in coordination with the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. The famous and majestic Budweiser Clydesdales paraded through the Market Village to the joy of all who lined the streets to see them. It was truly a special small-town moment that many will remember for a long time. And finally, we held our annual Culture and Spirit Festival and Smyrna birthday celebration last October, where downtown was filled with performances all day to celebrate our diverse community. And then the Roots rocked the stage on Atlanta Road, followed by awesome fireworks. And this Saturday, October 4th, later this week, we're going to do it again. The festival starts Saturday morning at 11 a.m., and musical performances throughout the day include Cigar Store Indians, Pushing Daisies, which is a local band, they're really good, and the Spin Doctors. And then on the Atlanta Road stage, the main stage Saturday night, 7 o'clock is Kool and the Gang, followed by headliner Fitz and the Tantrums at 8:30. It'll be another awesome celebration, and I hope to see you all there this weekend. I want to thank everyone again for being here this evening or tuning in online, and thanks again to the Cobb Chamber and to our city staff for putting this awesome event together. I tell people all the time that Smyrna is a special mid-sized city with a small-town feel, and that's rare. We're a tight-knit community here, and you don't find many people trying to move all out of this city of Smyrna. They're all trying to move in, and they are because of all the amazing things that I've detailed tonight. I want to say again what an honor it is to serve you, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for our thriving little big town. Good night, and God bless you.